One, two, three. Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Everyone.
Hello. Thank you so much for all of you being here today, and very, very much thank you, Coach Elena, for being here, being our guest today to share your story. The reason we organize this story is to showcase that there's people out there many years ago looking for a solution to change their life, and they're juggling with job to job, three job. I'm sure Alina is that person, three job. Now she changed to none, no job at all, and she give back to the community. She help the community and help other people to grow their business and to inspire them, help them change their life. And that is what we want to do in here in our platform, in our and we want to bring those stories to our platform so many people can have a touch to their story. And hopefully that is give you enough encouragement, give you enough information, and give their enough strength to start something for that, so for themselves to change their life. And before that, I would like to get somebody from different country to introduce themselves. First of all, I would like to invite Alina from Australia to introduce yourself a little bit.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone that's watching live or replay. Hi Elena, thank you for your time. So my name is Elena from Sydney. I live with my I'm a wife and I'm a mum of three young boys. I work in merchandise and I'm also a digital business owner. Thank you.
Thank you, Alina. And let's fly to Singapore and met Rosa. Rosa is here? Rosa? Here. Okay. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi everyone. Good morning. I'm Rosa from I'm living in Singapore with my 4 kids and husband. I'm very happy to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rosa. And I'm not sure if Yang is here from Taiwan. Can you please introduce yourself? Okay, maybe Yang is not here, so I would like to fly somewhere else, maybe US. Can you please introduce yourself, Thủy?
Hi, Elena. Thanks for visits here today. I'm so honored to be visit you and talk to you today. My name is Nguyễn from USA. I'm very glad to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, Thủy. So, how about you, Lynn? Are you okay to introduce yourself from Florida? Because these two, three turn off their camera, so I'm not sure. But anyway, thank you so much for those three countries to introduce themselves, and we will not let our guests wait any longer. And here we are. Thank you so much, Coach Elena, and please introduce yourself. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're coming from. It is my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. What a lovely, beautiful ladies in front of me right now. And for those of you who are watching, wherever you're coming from, thank you for being with us. Again, as you can see it in the screen, my name is Elena Arugate, and I'm from Canada, but originally from the Philippines. I'm also an immigrant here over a decade ago. I came to Canada for a greener pasture, just like all of you guys, I think, right? So if you're living in abroad and you just landed there as an immigrant, I know for sure whatever your heart desire when you left your country, we all have the same thing, right? Is that to change our lives for the better, looking for a greener pasture so that we'll be able to help our family back home. So I do have two kids. He's now an adult. The first one, who is now 19, and the second one is 6 years old. The gap is really big, right? But I'm very fortunate to be able to find. I was able to find this beautiful, amazing digital business that has a beautiful community support, and you know, as an immigrant, you know, I struggled so many things in Canada as well. But we will go through with that one later on. But yeah, welcome, welcome, and thank you so much for having me. That's me basically.
Thank you so much for your introduction. You know, a few years, not few years, I think a year back, when when I joined the mastermind, learning your story, you know, you took a lot of my tear. You took a lot of my tear, honestly. Um, I hear your struggle, and I hear that, and that's why I would like to bring you here to tell your story again. With your start, like what is the turning point? What is the biggest pain that make you looking for something that changed your life? You maybe working for 3 jobs. I used to work for 3 jobs before. I'm exhausted. Like we just bring our body and go to work. We don't have any mind, any you know, energy to enjoy with family. We are not there. So I feel you. I feel you with your 3 job. Can you tell me, you know, what is the lowest point that time that make you, I need something?
Okay. Well, thank you so much for that question. Yes, you know what, in 2018, but prior to that one, I used to work 2 to 3 jobs. That's true. I used to do 2 to 3 jobs. I did that one for almost 6 years, 7 days a week. So imagine the life that I had before. If you're talking about life, I didn't have that kind of life. It was just like, you know, work, home every day. That's the daily routine. So in 2018, when we hit rock bottom in our lives with my husband, it was that time when I just gave birth with my son, who was then diagnosed with a bone structures that needed a constant major surgeries. And that was also the time that my mom was diagnosed with you know, I have to say a critical illness that it's hard, my point in my life. So I hit rock bottom in my life, and that was the turning point that I needed to do something. But to be honest with you, um this kind of business, I didn't know that it's actually exist. I never thought about that. And this kind of business, I never prayed for it. I never prayed for it. What happened is that, you know, it just came randomly in my newsfeed with my husband. And you know, and that was the time that we realized, okay, we needed to find a solution. Because in that moment when we found the business, it was the time that we couldn't even praise God. We couldn't even say thank you to him, you know, because that was the moment where all those pains and heartaches was there, right? So, and then when we found this one, you know, the only prayer that I asked God is to give me few $100, because that few $100 will cover the basic needs of my family, especially, you know, the food, right? I just wanted to give a decent food on the table for my kids. That's the only thing that I wanted in my life when I found the business. So, you know, when you hit rock bottom in your life, that's the only time that you realize you needed to do something, right? For all of us, if you are working just one job and your life is so comfortable, and you'll be able to travel, you're still able to give back to the community, you're able to help your family, are you going to, you know, find different things to do if you feel comfortable already? No, right? So what happened is that we only find that thing that we wanted to have, that comfortable life, if that position in our life is so uncomfortable already, right? So that's what happened in my life. That was the turning point when I hit rock bottom. I was in debt. I was over $60,000 in debt. It came to the point in my life that I was asking food to the Calgary Food Bank because I didn't have that much money, right? But you know what? God is so really good, and he loved us so much, right? And he gave us the solution, and this digital business is the only solution that God showed us in that lowest point in my life. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for your story. Um, um, when you say this kind of business, I'm like, oh, this kind of business. Must be some term that you put in this kind of business. And also one thing that you mentioned, you are on the lowest point of your life where you are in the depth of 60,000, right? I know that any kind of business is require an investment. So as this business. And as you are in your lowest point of your life, when you are in debt like that, how can you get started with a business that requires an investment? You don't
You
mind?
know what? The good thing about our business is the company that we partnered with, the focus is to help people, being so compassionate to the people. So regardless to where you're coming from, whether you're broke, you filed consumer proposal, you filed bankruptcy or whatever, your circumstances in that moment, the company and this business will always give these people a chance to change their lives. And that's what we really like the most, right? And that's why I was able to get attracted to this one. So my husband was the one who helped me for sure. Right? And through this business, we have so many resources that we can actually access. So as I had said a while back, whatever circumstances that you are in your life, there is always a chance for you to change it. Because we will never conclude that because you have that kind of life or because your status in life is this and that, you will never be able to, start the business, right? We will make a way, we will find a way. There are so many resources that we can access. And that's what we always give to the people that have the unfortunate situation, right? So never ever underestimate your ability to change your life. You know what you can do in your life, if you don't have that means to do it, keep on telling to yourself that you can do it, that there is a way there, right? If those people that started the business have that money, that investment right away to start the business, right? Then those people just like me will not be able to start it if they are only focused to the people that have that money to start or the means that start the business, right? This business is for everyone, regardless where you are coming from. So you always have to remember that, right? What was the other question again? Sorry, I totally lost. I got lost. The first one that you said.
The question.
Okay, then I know now. It's all about this kind of business doesn't exist. That what I meant for that one is because I saw the community, the people in our community that are making thousands and thousands of dollars. I was like, is this real? Right? Too good to be true. How come that a person can make $100,000 in a month? How come a person can make $20,000 in a month? And I was only making a minimum wage, working so hard, right? Every day, 14 to 16 hours a day. I was like, oh my goodness. That was amazing. And that was like, that's what I was saying. Like, I didn't know that this kind of a business exists. And when I found that one, I was like, I'm in. I wanted to change my life. This is the only resort for me. When I started it, this was the only resort for me. So, I mean, if you are in that position where you're in the lowest point in your life and you found this gold mine business, what are you going to do? You work so hard, right? So that you can get to that position where you can make so much money, right? And that's what we did. And I think all of you in front of me right now, I know that you found this business and you said to yourself as well, it's a gold mine, right? I will never ever let this business go away from me because you know the potential, right? You know how beautiful it is and you know how easy it is, right? I'm easy in a sense that I don't need to work 2 to 3 jobs for me to earn that kind of money, right? It's so easy in a sense that I'm just only working here, in front of my computer, and I don't need to put too much hard work or muscles for me to earn that money, right? So, if you have the desire in your heart, I would say you will also say it's an easy business, right? Yeah.
Yeah, people usually say that your life is changed. The distance of the life that you want is just one decision away, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
once you decide that, okay, you have no other option, don't want to use your muscle to earn money anymore. Here is the option you can do.
Yeah.
If you have so many options out there, if you have investment, a lot of money, you can invest everywhere. That's a different story. But here is where for people don't want to work with their muscle anymore, don't want to sell their time anymore, right? And when you find the communities that give you the vision, give you the number that you wish one day you will get, which is you already guess at the moment already, right? So when you see that vision, you know that, okay, if you learn that, if you work in front of computer, if you learn and you put your effort in, you will get that number one day. And that is where exactly you are at the moment, right? I
Yes.
saw your
Yes.
post now. 1 day, 2 days, you get 8,000 and something like that. For sure, if you work even 3 jobs, you can't get that amount, right?
No.
Yeah,
No.
your story is very inspiring. Thank you so
No.
much. And I will give the floor for Celine to ask the question. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Sisling. Hi, all beautiful sis here. And good morning, Coach Elena. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here with us today. Actually, I follow your business page and I really admire you. I have many questions, but because of the time limited, so I'd like to ask you that how did you actually find the strength to keep going, even when you face the challenges or difficulties? And even when maybe sometimes doubting, and what is advice that you would like to give to other people, especially for the newbie in this business? Thank you.
Yeah. You know what? I think all of us, when you just starting into something, there's always that drive in your heart, right? There's always that desire in your heart. The biggest for me is because I just didn't want to go back to work anymore. I just don't want to go back to work and leave my son into a daycare. And most of my salary goes to a daycare. It doesn't make sense for me. And when I was working, I was only working and making minimum wage, right? And the thing when I found that it was really hard for me already, I just look at my son and say, I can do it. I will fight for it, because that dream that I was fighting and keep on fighting, it's because of my kids, right? The desire and the dreams for my kids. That's the only thing. And I wanted to help people as well, right? In this business, it's not just about the money, right? It's not just about the income. We know it is not a hindrance to our knowledge that when you are working on your own, you are running a legitimate digital business, sky's the limit. You can make as much as you want, you can make as many as you want, and you can help as many people as you want, right? So, and for me, looking at my son, when I feel like I wanted to give up, I wanted to give up, and I don't want to go and continue anymore, and it feels like I'm not moving forward, kind of thing, right? We feel that one. Every one of us, whether you're a business owner or an employee, right? We feel that moment in our life where, oh, I don't want to go, like I feel like exhausted, like I don't want to keep moving forward. It sounds like I don't want it I don't have, I can't do it anymore, kind of thing, right? Just looking at my son, and thinking about the visions that I have in my life, that I wanted to help people, that I wanted to give back to the community. I have charities that I'm helping. I wanted to help my siblings back in the Philippines, and I wanted to give the brightest future for my kids, right? And that thing, boost yourself, and you motivated yourself because of these people around you, that you're surrounded by these people, right? And I wanted to tell this one to all of you who are a newbie, or you're just starting the business, whether this business or other businesses out there. And if you're watching this one, I want you to realize and always think about back when you just started a business. Like, what is the excitement that you had when you just starting a business, or when you just started the business, right? The excitement. And always close your eyes, and always close your eyes, and what I call this one, and visualize what happened and what is going to happen in your life, right? So for me, like, I love visualizing. I love taking pictures and telling to myself, I will be doing this one, I will have this one, and I will be able to do whatever I want, right? If you do that one, you will boost yourself. It will always come to the point in our life where we wanted to give up. But I tell you this one, the only variable to your success is you. Nobody will ever do the work for you to become successful. You will be the one to make it happen, because you are the only variable to your success. No one will ever do that one. So if you're giving up, if you feel like you're giving up right now, I tell you, go back and inspire yourself again. Go back to the very first day that you started your business, how exciting it was, or how excited you were when you just starting the business. And visualize the things that you wanted to do in the future, right? And that will, boost you and will motivate you and inspire you again. I think that's the only thing that I can give you, and, advice that I can give to the people that just starting and no motivation at all. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks, Celine.
Thank you so much, Coach Elena. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like, even when we start something, of course, in the beginning, we'll face some difficulties, some challenging, even sometimes we are doubting ourselves, or maybe sometimes we are afraid of other people judge us, right? But yeah, like what you say, we always look back the big why, the reason why that we start this online business, the reason why that we start to do something for ourselves, something for our family. Thank you so much, Coach Elena. Thank you. This is really
You're
very
welcome. Thank you, Celine.
yeah. And I believe that a lot of business owner here, or even for someone listening to us, they will get a lot of benefit from this. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Coach Elena and Sis Celine for sharing that. Yeah, and also we have the communities that we always have a picture of where we want to go, right? We have a lot of tools, a lot of resources with our business that to keep us moving forward, to help us learn something. Yeah, and next I would like to invite Elena to ask the question, because she waiting to ask you question.
Thank you, Sister Elena, for sharing. It's so inspiring to see how you found the strength during this challenge time. Now I'd love to ask you, in what way has achieving success and freedom changed your perspective on life, family, and faith?
Sorry, come again, please. It was actually cutting.
Oh, sorry. In what way has achieving success and freedom changed your perspective on life, family, and faith?
You know what? That's actually a good question. In what ways? There's so many ways, to be honest with you, right? But for me, it's not only the monetary that you find success. It's actually the way or the impact that you leave to the other people. The impact that you leave to the lives of people and the family that you help, right? It's not just about the monetary. If you remember, our community and our company that we partnered with, it's all about helping people. It's not just about the money. If you remember, they said, help people first and money will come, right? If you focus into that one, you know, money will follow. If you focus on helping people first, money will follow. And I think that's how I understood success in my life. And you know, if you have that kind of perspective in life, right, that's how you consider it you're very successful person, right? You will never say you're very successful if you are only successful in monetary. You are successful if you leave an impact to the lives of other people. I think that's all. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Elena. Yeah.
Welcome.
Usually, you know, everybody, me, you, and everyone else, we know that when we born, we had the power for the health, for the time, and usually we use the time all the time for make the money. For all the how we make the money, but we can use all the money we got it. We buy back the time or the health. So this the business. It's the good way. We have everything. We have time. We have money, and we have the health. So everything we got it in that business. So that's the reason everybody and you say it's the good point in that business because. Even the bad credit look like you say the bankruptcy, so everything in the bad credit they still had a chance to recover and change the new life and have a new successful. Thank you, Alina.
And I want
You're
to ask,
welcome.
and I want to ask one more things. When we success, right? We have money, but we don't have. If we have money and we don't have the connection, we don't feel fulfilled. We don't have that. We don't have that feeling of you value. You can be value for someone. You can be helpful for someone. We don't feel value. Because the money, we just buy good stuff and you can't live in this life alone, right? You need to live with someone and you need to give value and you need to be, you want to feel important to someone. You want to feel that you are valued to someone, right? So money is one thing that to show you success, to show you value. But the connection, the help that you care, the other you care for other people, right? This business that give you the environment to do all of that, right? All right, thank you so much, System, and thank you so much, Coach Elena. And Hung, would you like to ask Coach Elena any question?
Yes. Thank you, Elena, for coming for the talk show today. So, your story very inspired. You know, all the women, beautiful women, here, and I believe that in future you will have more and more people. And you will change a lot of life in with your business. So to come with the talk show today, I have one questions. So what the value, what the key value or habit do you believe are essential for someone who want to build a life with both freedom or fulfillment?
Okay. So the value or habits that I believe a successful person or someone who wants to create a life of both
Right.
freedom or fulfillment.
Yes, thank you.
You know what? It's actually the belief in yourself. That's a key for sure. Because, and I always tell this one to the people, even if other people believe in you, I keep on telling you, I believe in you, you can do it. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to do some actions because you don't believe in yourself, right? And I think that is one key or value that a person should have, right? So I'll give you an example. If you are going to apply a job right now, right? What you have in your mind is, I can do it. I believe in myself that I will be in that position. I will get the managerial position because that's what you're applying for, right? I will get the position. because you're telling that to yourself. You're going to give everything that you can in that interview so that that boss will hire you, because you believe in yourself that you're capable to manage people in that company, right? So same thing in a successful life. If you want to become successful, or if you want to succeed in life, you have to believe in yourself. And if you have that belief in yourself, people will believe in you, that you are capable to mentor them, to coach them, to guide them, to support them in every way that you can for them to get that success that they want in life. I think that's the best. That's the only thing that I wanted to, share. Always believe in yourself, because that is the number one thing that you can give and gifted to yourself as well.
Thank you for very, very great answers, Elena.
Believe
Thank
in
you.
yourself, and believe in you can do it, right? And stick to what your plan, have a plan, and stick to and have a discipline to do whatever it takes, do whatever it need, right? Thank you
Yeah.
so much for
Yeah.
thank you so much for being here with us and share your story. I just want to summarize a little bit about, your story. You are from the person that have juggling with 3 jobs, and now you are so successful. One day you can earn up to $8,000, which is amazing. I believe that there for so many people that it's just a wish for a month also, right? And you mentioned about, this business is easy. Why is easy? Because it's have a system, it's have an automatic system, it's have a guidance, right? It's have a guidance from a coach, mentor, and an entire community, which is 1,200 coaches in our community. We don't just learn from one coach, we learn from entire communities. Plus we have a whole community, 223,000 member, one of the biggest, the online business community. What do you have in that community? You have a picture of a successful people, right? Where you can visualize, where you can go there, you can visualize. One day you will get there, one day you will have that number to keep you inspired, to keep you going, right? And you also mentioned that this business is have any option for other people who even in debt can get started. There is so many options out there. There is so many things that we can leverage. Our family, or even the financial option. There is so many financial options out there that you can be guide from this business to get started. Because I remember when I start my business before, I used totally credit card to buy and sell, totally credit card. Yeah, so there is that option. If we know how to leverage the resort around us, we can get started. It's just a decision away. It's just a belief that you can do, and it's just a discipline that you give to yourself, right? Is there any other thing that you want to add on, Coach Elena? And if anyone who are, looking for an opportunity, what is the encouragement you can give them to get started? Because you are in the lowest point before, and you are in the position that you 3 jobs and juggling, and you find this solution. Can you give them some advice so that they can get started, they can have enough encouragement?
Set aside your fears. I think that's the best thing, right? Because I know a lot of people, they generalize when it comes to online business. They generalize, oh, these are the scammers, or oh, it will not gonna work. Oh, these are the traditional kind of things of businesses that they're doing, online and offline kind of thing. And they get started to have that fear inside of them, right? And when they have that fear, they are afraid of what's going to happen. They are afraid of what these people around their family and friends will gonna tell them. They started to, okay, let me just stop for now. I don't know if this is for me or not. And they are actually, that fear inside of them is growing without them doing their due diligence to find the legitimacy of a business. Because one thing is for sure, We are afraid because of the legitimacy of a business. That's one for sure, right? But then you have to do your part as well, right? And these are the things that I always ask the people, and I always advise the people. If someone is asking you to join their business, which we don't do that, because people come to us and ask us our business. We don't bug people to join our business. We don't, we are not begging people to join our business. We don't do that. Our business is set up differently from other people out there. So if people just, if someday, or sometime people were asking you to join your business, these are the two things that you have to ask. Are you registered to the government? And you have to find it if they are really registered to the government of Ireland. You can always ask them, where is your, let's say for example, in Canada, where's your T4A, right? Or in USA, we can ask, where is your 1090? Is that 1099? Right? USA?
Yes.
1099. Where's
Yes,
your
1099.
1099?
And the
Right?
W2.
You're right. So those are the things that you ask. If they can actually show you that, that means it is legitimate business. Now, secondly, do you have a local office in Canada or USA? The only purpose why you ask that one is this one, because it's really hard to prove to the government of Canada and USA that you are not running a pyramiding business. In Canada and USA, pyramiding is illegal, right? So you can see it right there. It's rampant all over the place. In online world, pyramiding is out there. But it's so hard for you to know and find out if this business is pyramiding or not. So what are you going to do?
Yes.
You ask them if they have local office, because it's hard to prove to the government of Canada and USA that you are not running a pyramiding business. Right? So those are the two things that you have to ask. Now, for me, it's all about, and just to add on to what Lynn was talking about, I wanted also to, to add on that, when you are running a business, in the beginning, it's not always fun thing, because always remember, when you are building a house, you have to build the foundation for you to build a very good house, right? Who doesn't like to build a house that has a good foundation, right? It's the same thing with a business. Same thing in a business. In the beginning, it's a little bit slow, because you're just, doing your training, you're getting used to it, and you're building the foundation of the business. And a lot of people out there were like, oh, I'm not getting the success right away. What should I do? Why these people are getting success and I'm not getting that? There's so many people that compare themselves to others. And never, this is one thing that I wanted to add, never, ever, ever compare yourself to other people. Always remember this one. We were not born at the same time. That means we will never have that success at the same time. Right? We never born at the same time. That means we will never get that success at the same time. Right? Your time will come. Never give up. Continue what you're doing. And keep inspiring people, keep motivating people, right? And do something for yourself, in a sense that give yourself or gift yourself something that you and your family will think forever. What is that? This business. Because this business, you're building a legacy that you can transfer it to your next generations to come, right? That's all for me, Lynn. Thank you.
Thank you. And the belief is halfway, we be there. Believe
We'll be there.
yourself is halfway to be there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach Elena. So if you have a fear, work out what is that fear? Is that you worry this business is not legitimate? Find out. Ask the question. Ask us a question. Ask the supporter the question, so that you can figure out whether or not this is scam or this is legitimate, right? Coach Elena already give you some question to ask, right? And if you get started already, remember that we are not born the same time, right? We don't learn the same thing, right? I mean, like we learn the same system, but we learn maybe somewhere else. Maybe we read more books, or maybe you read less books, so your knowledge is different too, right? So it gives you a different success point. Yeah. So
Yeah, and you know what, to add on to that one, because you're talking about, we learn differently, right? Here's the thing, whether you are professional, you have the degree, you have a diploma, or you are a doctor or a dentist, whatever high paying job that you are doing right now, or professions that you have right now, that doesn't mean that I mean, if that doesn't mean that you will not going to thrive in this kind of business, right? I know that you have different forte, right? You do different things, but why is it, the question here is, why is it that people that don't have the diploma, or people that did not go to university, became successful in this business, right? It's not about the education, the background that you had. It's all about setting aside your fear and focus into learning something that will give you and benefited you in the long run, right? Bring that one in the business and you will become successful.
yeah, as we have like the lawyer, and we have doctor, and we have nurses. Are you nurses before?
I did not work as a nurse, but I graduated.
Okay. Yeah, we have nurses, and we have people who sell online before, like me, or we have truck driver, and we have a lot of nail technician, and we have a lot of a restaurant owner and multiple restaurant owners. So we have all kind of backgrounds in here. And doesn't mean that the doctor can be successful than the one have lower education. So we have the education, we have the training in the on the training side, so we will learn from there. And if we need some more skill outside, we can learn some more outside, right? Okay, thank you so much for being here today, every single one of you. And thank you for your time. If anyone who looking for a business, or looking for opportunity to work online, earn online, this is the chance. Ask any mentor here that will help you. Thank you so much, and goodbye. Have a great night.
God bless everyone.
Thank you, Alina. Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you, everyone.